And the more wealth you build, the more she's going to be entitled to. The longer you stay married to her, the more she's entitled to. So when you look at this party, as this guy was describing, he was saying, well, the state is the superior contracting party. You draw two lines down, you've got the man and the woman, right? They're not on equal footing. It's more like state, woman, and then under her is man. He is the least protected, the least privileged in this scenario. As men, as Mgtow, you should run from marriage. You can marry a woman who already has kids, and the state, because it is bound everyone by nexus, and because it has jurisdiction over you, can say to you, those children are used to living under your roof at the at your will, your pleasure, your income level, and therefore, even though they're not your children, because you married her, you're now going to pay her child support for her kids that she had with another man. And that is the way the state is moving now. The state is broke. It doesn't have money for welfare. It's going to hold more and more men more and more responsible as time progresses. As Mgtow, you can avoid the marriage contract. As Mgtow, you can be, let me quote this properly, knowingly, intelligently, intentionally, and fully informed when you deny consent to marry. When you avoid the contract, you are fully informed. It's men that don't have a clue what's going on. And I had studied law before I got married. Right? I thought, oh yeah, I'm such a good guy. Yeah, I'm a stud. Right? She's gonna buy into me 100%. I'm gonna kick ass and she's gonna appreciate it. Fuck no. There's nothing you can do, and that's another video, to impress upon her that you're worth keeping. You're only worth keeping as long as she thinks you're worth keeping. And that can change in the blink of an eye. And then she runs to daddy. That's right, the superior party in the contract, the court system, which says it has complete and total, right, jurisdiction, ownership, authority. And all you can do is plead to the court, please don't take my money. Please don't leave me high and dry. And what has this caused women to do? When divorce was starting to be more common, more and more common, into the 50s, into the 60s, then the 70s, then the no-fault divorce came about, women realized how much this social engineering compact or contract empowered them, that it encouraged them to leave men. It encouraged them to destroy men. It encouraged them in their heads. Remember, women are amoral and immoral. It encouraged them in their heads, right, to blame men for their problems, and then take men to court, divorce them, and take everything from them, and feel good about it. Feel self-righteous, feel martyred, feel justified in screwing men over. And today, as more and more men say no to the marriage contract, women are scratching their heads and wondering why not. Aren't they entitled to that? Can't they expect a man that once he's screwed her enough, right, bent her over the bedpost or however he likes it, that should be enough for him to surrender the rest of his life to her? Apparently not. Apparently men have realized it ain't worth it. Right? The 5 seconds of squeeze ain't worth, it ain't worth it. Not anymore. I want to thank you again, Don, for sending this to me. You see, it's not a hidden social agenda that I talk about. It's in our faces. It is self-evident when you look at the consequences of marriage and then divorce. You can't say that the progression, the evolution of the marriage contract and divorce proceedings You can't say that it came about naturally. Because the actions and decisions made by courts and government, that is the legal system and the political system, have worked hand in hand with the feminist movement. When the feminist movement takes another step forward, the court follows it. And sometimes the court gives special privileges and right above and beyond, and then more women join that. And then they ask for more. So you say to yourself, how is it that a man can go to divorce court, have his income taken and given to the wife, plus child support, and then he's told he has to keep his job and somehow manage to afford to put a dwelling right over his head, have a house, and feed himself, and then when he gets visitation, feed his kids and do fun things with them? How can a man do that when he is utterly financially destroyed by divorce court? I can't tell you how many times I've talked to men who have said, I can barely make the fucking bills because the court completely screwed me. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this isn't equity. It's not equity. It's family law. It's something else because it is not fair. Equity is fairness. This is something else, and it falls under Roman civil law. And because of the actions the state has taken, they coincide with the belief systems, practices, principles, and goals of feminism, which is part and parcel a tool of Marxist communism. You can see clearly, without a doubt, that there is social engineering. And when there's social engineering, there is also a goal and purpose behind it. And it is the destruction of strong, independent, alpha males. Without a man in the house, because of divorce, boys grow up to be feminized or effeminized or less than aggressive, strong alpha males because there is not a man around. And even if a man can manage to stay married, because women control the marriage through their power of the court system, men have to play second fiddle more often than not, be less than alpha, less than a strong man, teaching the children, and especially the sons, by example, that the man is to defer and give all authority to the woman, so they grow up weaker. And in turn, they are more easily controlled by government. And it furthers the social agenda. It furthers the social engineering program, which can then take one more step. And it's always taking one more step to destroy men and bring them under subjugation. That is, as I've said in the past, men are here, women are here. Women were not elevated to the power, status, and rights of men. The court, through marriage and other social programs, has brought men down to the level of women. Or at least it's tried. And as Mgtow, you have the opportunity to say, fuck no. Fuck no to the system. To the courts, to the statutes, to the politicians, to the social engineering, by denying marriage to women. By denying marriage to the state. Because you don't marry just the woman, you marry the state, you enter into a contract. It is one more contract that you can avoid that puts you at peril. You get married, enter into a marriage contract at your peril. Because men don't knowingly, intelligently, intentionally, and with fully informed consent agree to the terms of the marriage contract. All they do is say, yeah, you're married, whatever, get the hell out of here, give us our fee. You only find out later what that means when the court returns to discussions about that contract in divorce court. And then they lay down the terms, the cost, the penalty. Right? That's where you fucking pay for your marriage. You think you paid during the marriage? You pay at the divorce. That's where you really fucking pay. You guys be cool. Thank you for sponsoring me. PayPal, Patreon. Thank you for giving this a thumbs up. Thank you for hitting the share button and sharing via Gmail, email, snail mail, smoke signals, carrier pigeon, text message, whatever it takes to get this message. Avoid contracts, avoid women in contracts, avoid marriage. Do it, right? Get that message out to other men. They need to hear it. They need to know it. They need to understand it. And Mgtow is the platform that is helping men talk to other men about it. It is successful. It is powerful. And women are going to be denied that power the more you take the time to talk to other men about it. Before you know it, guys, I don't know when it's going to take, 5 years, 10 years, men are going to be talking Mgtow on the street. And women are going to be fucking sorry they pulled this shit on us. I tell you, I get fucking pissed when I get into the legal stuff and I look at it and I see the devil and she's naked and exposed when you talk about what marriage is on this level and what the purpose is. Pisses me off. All right, guys. Semper Fi.